Discovery. Roger, go ahead, Papa.
Hey, it's Drew here with another episode of Marketing Rocket Fuel. Today we're going to look at the flexible workplace and what that means for manufacturing and other traditional workplace businesses and how you can take advantage of this to help grow your business in 2021, 22, and 23. Now, as 2020 continues and the world keeps pressing on, there's obviously been a huge shift towards remote work in the workplace. More and more workplaces are moving that way, and they've already done it. But today we're going to look at how traditional workplaces can actually adapt and take advantage of this. While there are a number of jobs that can easily make the shift to remote work, the tech sector is undeniably leading in that area, with companies like Twitter announcing that all of their employees can work from home forever if they want to. Okay, but what does that mean for other workplaces, more hands-on sectors like plumbing companies or office spaces like law firms where things have to get done in person? Number one, offer more flexible work, like letting employees work from home more often if they want to. Now, this applies for work that they can actually do from home. So if you're an assembly line worker, that's obviously not necessarily something you can do from home, but there are maybe ways to adapt that as well. We'll talk about that in a few minutes. For other things that don't actually have to be done on site, maybe they're filling out reports and things like that, maybe you can allow some home time to be able to do those things. Number two, consider restructuring how your work is done. That goes back to those things that are traditionally done in the office. Maybe they can be done online. Maybe they can be done where you take some of that work home and do that work and then bring it back to the office when it's finished. Redesign your physical workspaces to realign with new priorities. A lot of manufacturers have moved their workers apart so that they're socially distanced while they're actually working for you. Consider online communications with your traditional workforce. So a lot of times, even if you have assembly line workers or construction workers, you're having meetings with those workers to plan things out. Consider having those meetings online instead of in person. Paperwork is something that we've talked about as well. Consider doing all of that paperwork online so that your worker doesn't have to be there during that time. In a piece by Allwork, they mentioned that more hands-on workplaces can actually start to make use of virtual conferences to bring together international projects. So a lot of times manufacturers traditionally have sent people even overseas to go do all of these sales and planning meetings, but those can easily be done online now. So there's a lot of things that your manufacturing business or your traditional workplace business can actually do remotely. If you're a service-oriented business, maybe consider doing those consultations remotely. Even a plumber, you can have somebody take their phone and point it towards the problem so that you can help diagnose that issue. So you're spending less time on site in the homes. That's actually going to help you as well because you're going to be able to serve more clients in a shorter amount of time because you're not spending so much time driving back and forth to that customer's home. So another way that businesses can be more flexible in the workplace, even in traditional situations, is to offer flexible work schedules. This allows your workforce to adjust their own schedules to match up to accommodate school and family needs. This has been a huge shift in the workplace this year because people's schedules have gotten thrown all out of whack with kids home from school at unusual times and just needing to get things done at a time that they traditionally haven't had to do that. But how does this work for a manufacturing business? Have your shift workers schedule their own shifts. For example, an assembly line worker may work 2 4-hour shifts in a day so that they've got a break in between and they can get their kids to and from school. Or maybe they schedule a later shift that's traditionally like the second half of first shift and then go into the first half of second shift. so that they can homeschool their kids during the day and then come in and get work done for you. Now, what that's going to do for you is going to increase your employee loyalty, it's going to increase your production, and it's going to decrease the stress levels at your business because people are going to feel less stressed about their home situation, so they're going to be more interested in doing a good job for this employer that's looking out for them. My challenge this week, consider your own business. What is one way that you might move towards a more flexible work, either now or in the future? Again, I'm Drew, and if this is your first time tuning into Marketing Rocket Fuel and you like what you see here, consider giving us a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you'll get notified anytime we post new videos. Again, I'm Drew, and this has been Marketing Rocket Fuel. The other thing, consider adding an alien to a mix. I know Bob has been a tremendous asset to our company here, so consider adding an alien to your workforce. And, he can work remote because he works with telepathy. That may not be an option for most businesses, but I thought I'd throw it in there.